NFL free agency is almost here, and in today's video, I wanted to kick off a mini-series where I go over some of the top free agents in this year's class, and I give my predictions for where I believe they're going to sign. And in today's video, I'm going to go over some of the top running backs in this year's free agency class. Now, before this video does get started, I do want to give one disclaimer for that's going to apply to this entire mini-series. I'm only going to be going over position groups where there's a lot of major free agents. So if there's a position group with not a lot of major free agents, well, I'm not going to be going over them. But aside from that, you guys know what to do. The usual stuff. Like the video if you guys enjoyed, as it really does help out the channel. And also, make sure to subscribe if you guys are new and you guys enjoy this type of content so you don't miss out on any new videos like this. Plus, I'm trying to hit 1,000 subscribers, and once I reach my goal, I am finally going to do a face reveal. But with that being said, let's go ahead and let's get this video started. Let's start off with Leonard Fournette. Leonard Fournette is coming off a career season in Tampa Bay, and because of that, I do believe that he will be a very sought-after free agent. And some places where I could see him going, and I mean, they obviously include the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, since he very well could return, but aside from them, I believe he could sign with a team like the Buffalo Bills, the Miami Dolphins, the Atlanta Falcons, or the Arizona Cardinals. Ultimately, I have him staying with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Fournette enjoyed a career renaissance in Tampa Bay, and although some teams will offer him a little bit more money, I think he will stay with the Bucs since they did help revive his career, and because of that, maybe he has a soft spot for them. And along with that, I mean, Ronald Jones is also a free agent, and as replaceable as running backs are, I mean, it's really not the best thing to lose, both of your running backs. So because of that, I think the Buccaneers will do what they can to keep Leonard Fournette in town, and I do believe that he is the long-term solution at running back in Tampa Bay. The next guy we have is Melvin Gordon. Now, a lot of people do not like Melvin Gordon, as they thought that he was overpaid, in his time with the Denver Broncos. And I mean, a lot of people feel like Javonte Williams is better than him. And although he did have to split carries with Javonte Williams, which led to, his numbers, being worse than they could have been. I mean, and while I do agree that he was overpaid in Denver, and while I do agree that Javonte Williams is better, Melvin Gordon is still a very good player, alright? He is not a bad player at all. And I think a lot of running back needy teams will, be very interested in Melvin Gordon's services. Now, some teams where I do believe, some teams I do believe could sign him include the Miami Dolphins, the Buffalo Bills. He could return to the Denver Broncos, the New York Jets, the Arizona Cardinals, and the Atlanta Falcons. Ultimately, I got him signing with the Miami Dolphins. I don't think the Broncos will bring him back because they already have a younger and cheaper and better running back in Javonte Williams. And although Melvin Gordon has expressed interest in returning to Denver, at the same time, I think he wants to be a starter, and I mean, the Broncos won't give him that opportunity to be a starter, so I think he will, end up leaving Denver. And Miami, they are a good spot, for Melvin Gordon. He can be a starter. The Dolphins desperately need a starting running back, since I really view Myles Gaskin as a great backup. And I mean, along with that, the Dolphins have quite a bit of money, so they can definitely give him enough cash to, really entice him into coming to South Beach. So because of that, I got Melvin Gordon going to the Miami Dolphins. James Conner is the next guy we'll be talking about. James Conner last year settled with the Arizona Cardinals on a one-year pact as kind of like a prove-it deal, as although he was great in 2018, in 2019 and 20, he really was not that good. However, in 2021, James Conner, he was very good for the Arizona Cardinals, and because of that, I think there will be a lot of suitors interested in his services. Now, some teams that could sign him, again, they include the Buffalo Bills, the Miami Dolphins, the New York Jets, the Atlanta Falcons maybe, and he very well could return to the Arizona Cardinals. And I got him returning to the Arizona Cardinals. The Cardinals don't have the most cap space, but I do think they will, do what they can to keep him around, because not only is he a free agent, but Chase Edmonds is also a free agent. And again, running backs are replaceable, but at the same time, I mean, it's really not the best thing to lose both of your running backs. And James Conner, he was great for them, but at the same time, I could also see him, leaving the Arizona Cardinals, because maybe a team with more cap space does offer him enough money to really, lure him away. But I got him re-signing with the Arizona Cardinals. Up next, we got Cordarrelle Patterson. Cordarrelle Patterson had by far the best season of his career with the Atlanta Falcons, as before he was really just viewed as a special teams player who would occasionally come in on offense, for, just like special plays. However, the Atlanta Falcons truly gave him a role on the offense, and the guy was great for them. And because of that, I do believe that there will be a lot of teams interested in his services. And some of those teams include the Atlanta Falcons. They very well could bring him back. The Arizona Cardinals, the New York Jets, the Buffalo Bills, maybe a team like the Miami Dolphins are interested in him. But ultimately, I got the Atlanta Falcons retaining him. The Falcons are probably going to rebuild soon, and while Patterson may be on the wrong side of 30, he is a good piece to have, given the way Atlanta has used him. And I do believe that Cordarrelle Patterson will have some respect for the organization because of, the way they used him and, unlocked his potential. And because of that, I do think he will re-sign as a result. The next guy I have is Rashaad Penny. Rashaad Penny was looking like a bust for a very long time. However, in 2021, he had a career season out of seemingly nowhere. And because of that, I do believe that there will be plenty of teams interested in his services, including the Seattle Seahawks, the Arizona Cardinals, the New York Jets, the Buffalo Bills, the Miami Dolphins, and the Atlanta Falcons. They could all be interested in his services. But I do have him re-signing with the Seattle Seahawks. And the reason is because, Chris Carson, he's proved to be very injury prone. And along with that, the Seahawks, they are entering a rebuild mode. And because of that, and along with that, Rashaad Penny, he is younger than Chris Carson. So because of that, I think they will do what they can to bring back Rashaad Penny. And I mean, they really could view Rashaad Penny as the running back of the future, given the fact that Carson, he is a little bit older. And along with that, Chris Carson, again, he's been very injury prone over these past few seasons. Sony Michel is the next guy we're going to be going over. He was pretty good for the Los Angeles Rams, as Cam Akers did miss most of the season, and Darrell Henderson, he also did miss a couple of games as well. And because of that, Sony Michel was the starting running back for most of the season, and he didn't do a bad job at all. And because of that, I do think there will be a lot of teams interested in his services. The Rams could very well bring him back. The New York Jets, the Buffalo Bills, the Miami Dolphins, the Atlanta Falcons, and the New York Giants, they could also be interested in his services. Ultimately, I have Sony Michel signing with the New York Jets. The Jets will have a running back by committee approach, and although Michel is coming off a very good season, so because of that, I do think they will, sign him to pair along next to Michael Carter. And along with that, Kevin Coleman, he is a free agent, so a 1-2 punch of Sony Michel and Michael Carter, then whoever the hell you have, in my opinion, that is a pretty good running back room. But that being said, as a Patriots fan, it's going to really hurt to see Sony Michel, the Patriots legend, play on an AFC East rival. But yeah, I wish nothing but the best for Sony Michel. And the final free agent we have is Marlon Mack. Marlon Mack in 2018 and 19 looked like he was going to be the running back of the future, but then Jonathan Taylor came along, and because of that, well, in Indianapolis and Marlon Mack, they both wanted to go their separate ways. And in fact, he was almost traded at the deadline this past season, but the Colts, well, they failed to trade him, and now Marlon Mack is a free agent, and I think he's a lock to pretty much leave. And given the fact that he was really good in 2018 and 19 and has proved that he can be a good starting caliber running back, I think there will be a lot of teams that are interested in his services. Some places where I could see him ending up include the Buffalo Bills, the New York Jets, the Miami Dolphins, the Houston Texans, and the Los Angeles Chargers. Ultimately, I have Marlon Mack signing with the Buffalo Bills. the Bills, they need an answer at running back. Their offense, it's really good outside of running back, and their offensive line, it could use some work as well. But running back is maybe the biggest weakness on that offensive line. Again, Marlon Mack, he gets the job done at running back, and he will not be super expensive. And along with that, the Bills, they are one of the best teams in the NFL, and because of that, it presents him an opportunity to win a ring, which is something I'm sure Marlon Mack wants to do in his NFL career. So because of that, I have him going to the Buffalo Bills. But that'll do it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Really means a lot to me. Again, like, subscribe, do all of that stuff, and make sure you guys do check out the links in the description below. Those include my Twitter, my Instagram, and my podcast. But without further ado, I'm out, you guys.